Hey guys, it's Asian Homie 101. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'll be showing you what my summer foundation routine is and what products I like using during the summer. So I'm going to first start off by going in with the CoverFX Mattifying Primer with Anti-Acne treatment. And I usually, sometimes I go with the primer, sometimes I go without a primer. But I've been experimenting with primers lately and I've gotten into the primer kick, so I've been wanting to use primer more often. I'm just going to be focusing this on my T-zone area, where I'm pretty much get oily the majority of the time. Now at around this time, I usually like to wait a couple of minutes to let my primer set before I move on to my foundation. So now that my foundation has set, I will be going in with my favorite foundation, hands down all time for the summer. It is the CoverGirl Outlast Stay Fabulous 3-in-1 foundation, and I just recently picked up the shade Warm Beige because I have been out in the pool a lot. Hopefully I won't be, by the end of the summer I won't be too light for this, but we'll see. So I go and get, put 2 pumps of this on my hand, clean hand of course, and then I go in with the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush, just to help buff it in to my face. Now I do not recommend this for dry skin because I have used this for summer. I mean not for summer, for winter, and this foundation is not, unfortunately, the best during the winter time. I usually have to go back to my Lancome Taunt Miracle foundation for winter time, but besides that, this is a great foundation to be working with. Sometimes I like going in with this foundation with my hand, sometimes I like using the brush. Now that I have a beauty blender that I'm still testing out, sometimes I like to use that as well, but this is always good for a nice even coverage. Because I've noticed that when I use my hands when I'm applying foundation, that I sometimes get a patchy coverage with it, and makeup doesn't sit on top of my foundation as well as when I use a brush or like a sponge. Now, while I normally would say that I probably don't go full coverage all the time, I still feel like this is a foundation that I would enjoy to wear in summer, especially with the heat, because this lasts so long and it makes your skin look so beautiful. And your skin still looks like skin, I think. Even though it's a matte foundation, it doesn't make you flat. Does that make sense? Now, while that is setting, I am going to go in with the concealer that I've been currently loving. Any concealer would normally do. I have tons of concealers in my collection. I'll link you to the concealer video where I did a full out review on what concealers I have and what I recommend from the concealers I have. But recently I've been trying out the CoverGirl and Olay concealer balm, and this is the one in light. So I've been really enjoying that for overall concealing. Sometimes I just go without concealer at all. I really like the coverage of the foundation, but other times I want concealer. So I just want to show you the times where I guess I want a more fuller coverage. So I'm going to go in on my face with the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. What I really do like about this concealer is it's very creamy. It really doesn't crease my under eyes at all, which is something I really do enjoy. And I have a huge problem with concealers creasing underneath my under eyes. For some reason, nothing makes it stay put, unfortunately. Now that I put concealer on my face, I will be using a setting powder. And I usually go in between either the e.l.f. High Definition Powder in Sheer or the Rimmel Stay Matte powder in Transparent. As you can see, both of these are extremely well loved because, especially the Rimmel Stay Matte, because the name is rubbed off. But on days where I won't be photographed with flash, I usually go in with the e.l.f. High Definition Powder because it has the better staying powder. But if you're going to be using flash, if there's going to be flash photography involved, stay away from this and just hit with the Stay Matte powder. HD powders tend to give you a white cast on it, and that's very, very not pretty when it comes to flash when it comes to taking pictures. I'm just using patting motions to make sure that my foundation and concealer is being set properly. Now that I've set my foundation with a powder, I usually then go in with a bronzer. And then in the summer, I usually don't contour as much. I've gotten into bronzing. I've gotten into contouring now, so maybe that will change up. But usually during the summer, I just go around with the all over bronzer. And a great all over bronzer is the e.l.f. Golden Bronzer, and it's in golden. And I'll show you what it looks like. It has 4 colors on here. It's absolutely fantastic for wanting an overall wanting your face to be completely bronzed overall. Going in with my e.l.f. Complexion brush, swirling it in within all the colors, dabbing away the excess, and then just going in with an E motion across my face. There's a nice amount of shimmer in this, so you can't really use it for contouring, but it's great for warming up the face and looking like you got a sun-kissed look. Okay, now that I've bronzed, I'm going to go in with a blush. Any blush would do, honestly. I really don't have a blush that I prefer more in the summer than I do during the winter. I just go for all of them. It really doesn't matter. So I'll be going in with the Inglot number 58 blush today. And I'm going to be using, I'm going to be using my MAC 109 brush. I'm going to try this with this blush today. I'm a huge blush lover, so really any blush would do. I really don't discriminate between blushes during the seasons. Okay, so I just finished my blush, so I'm going to go in with highlighter. The highlighter that I prefer using pretty much all year round is the Wet n Wild Color Icon Bronzer, even though it's a highlighter. And it's the color in Reserve Your Cabana. Absolutely phenomenal. And you have such a huge amount of products, so you know you'll never finish. And you just go in top of the cheekbones right here. A little bit over here as well. Just basically anywhere where your sun naturally hits your face. I do a little bit on my nose. Not a lot, but a little bit. Sometimes I do it on the Cupid's bow as well. And that's the highlighting. And then I'm going to come back with the rest of my makeup on, and I'll see you guys in a bit. Hey guys, so I just finished the rest of my makeup. So I'm going to go in lastly with the Urban Decay Deslick makeup setting spray. This is beautiful for oily skin, so I highly recommend you to, if you have really oily skin, to go ahead and give this a try. Sometimes I set my makeup, sometimes I don't. I will be running outside a lot today, so I really want to make sure my makeup is intact. The CoverGirl by itself, though, is very, lasts all day, but I just wanted to make sure. The humidity in Florida has been absolutely ridiculous, so I just want to, protect myself. And I usually, when I spraying this, I usually spray it like a good distance away, like right, where basically let my arms do the work and go, take my arm all the way out and then spray it, just so if it's too close, it'll disrupt my makeup, but if it's far away enough, then it won't disrupt my makeup at all. And that is my summer foundation routine. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. If you did, please thumbs up and subscribe, and to check out and see what other videos I have on my channel, and you know, just keep updated and whatnot. I'm also on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. I have a blog, you know, blah blah blah. If you want to check that out, check it out. And so yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and bye bye.